Hi, Aaron
Hi.
Fulk.
How are you, Scott?
Doing good, but now you and I are really excited because something reminded us to be really happy. And what was that? They're a soon to be huge to be sponsor, but they're not a sponsor yet. Starts with a W.
I am so tired.
Fancy Walmart. Come on,
Oh,
you know that makes you happy.
I was like, what is he talking about? I don't want Walmart to be a sponsor.
No, just the fancy Walmart, and then we'll pay them, and then we mention fancy Walmart at 159th and Metcalf. So
Yeah, if you have
yeah,
not been to Walmart at 159th and Metcalf, it is the fanciest Walmart in the city. You actually walk in and they have a golf cart. You know where everybody else has like the dollar section? They have a golf cart. Nothing's blue. It's fancy Walmart. If you haven't been there, it's fancy. Okay.
oh my gosh, yeah,
Can we
it's
talk about what's actually going on and actually important? Did you see who got engaged?
yeah. Tell the audience why today's special.
I was actually already wearing this sweatshirt today, straight from the Eras tour in Kansas City.
Wow.
No, it gets better. Are you ready? Straight from the Eras tour in Kansas City, the night that Travis tried to hit on her. We were a few suites down from them. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got engaged, and I kind of feel like it's my news to share as well. Like, pretty upset.
No, it's cool. So Aaron and my wife Julie, along with many others, are Swifties. And so there's a really cool, I'm assuming all these viral videos are going to come out. But the cool thing is, I hope they show in Kansas City, is they make these announcements in the classrooms and in the cafeteria, and the whole like cafeteria goes nuts. So I'm excited to see the viral clips, and it's cool for Kansas City. And apparently it happened in Kansas City, but who knows?
Well, Scott and I sometimes golf just so I can see Taylor Swift's house. I bet it happened there.
Yeah. Hey, if you want to,
I think we should lose a few golf balls over there to see if we can get invited to the wedding.
you know what? If you want to, 8:10 a.m. on Friday, I'll be passing through there if you want to hop on.
You know what? I'm going to Orange Beach this weekend.
Oh, that's right. Well, then never mind. But you know what we need to do? We'll get distracted by Taylor Swift. Is we need to call Evardy Construction and Bestway International and see where they're going.
I know. We have the best sponsors ever. So make sure you follow Bestway International's page because they do Cargo Cafe every month, which just helps update you on tariffs and what's going on with all the policy changes. It's been a lot this year, and it's been an exhausting year. And Evardy Construction just continues to do a ton of good in the city. They're doing great things. So make sure you follow along on both of those. I do want to, I was going to ask you a question. I don't really remember what I was going to ask you. So I'm not going to.
So Evardy Construction, maybe the leadership, not everyone else, maybe moving a little bit slow because they just celebrated Big Brothers Big Sisters Rise event. And so they had a really good time and probably had some cocktails. And but they do a lot of work with Big Brothers Big Sisters, and they're helping rebuild their new headquarters, or addition, awesome. We should say. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm in marketing, so we're about to start what I call like the next 3 months, or like this is the end of the year marketing because of holiday marketing. And so I'm already thinking about Giving Tuesday. So we always have Evardy and Bestway invite their favorite nonprofits on Giving Tuesday, because it's a Tuesday and we do a show on Giving Tuesday. So we'll get to hear a lot more about their stuff then. So pretty excited. All right. If you're watching this, please let us know. Are you watching on Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn? Are you watching us live, or are you watching us replay? Just let us know. All right. Let's bring in our guests. Did you know our guests before today? Did you know both of them?
I knew one, but I do not know if I knew the other.
Well, I think I'm meeting them both today. I was on the pre-show late. I was pulling a Scott. We forgot to tell them that I hate this music. We also forgot to tell them, do not leave until I say we're not live anymore. You guys listening? Okay, those are the rules. All right, here we go. We've got 2 to go first. We've got Ben and Matt. Hi, guys. Welcome to the show. I apologize for Scott's favorite music ever, but we're excited you are here. So this is really easy. We're just going to ask 3 questions. You're going to answer them. If people in the comments want to chime in, we'd love to hear from you too. We got 2 pretty awesome guys on here today. So, Ben, you're up first. Who are you? What do you do? How do you get to Kansas City?
Yeah, good afternoon. Thanks for having me. It's great to spend some time with you guys this afternoon. I am, probably hear this often, but I'm a Kansas City born and raised native. And so grew up in Olathe, for my first couple of years, and then I moved over to Overland Park, where I spent my time in grade school, middle school, and then high school. I graduated from Shawnee Mission North, go Bison or Indians, depending on when you graduated from there. And after college, I made my way but over to Lawrence. I spent some time in school over there. Over to the University of Kansas, and then kind of backtracked and found my way back to Kansas City, back in Overland Park again. I played college golf at Mid-America Nazarene University. Since then I've now moved back to Olathe. I now serve as the Director of Business Development here at RoyCO Roofing. We're a full service exterior contractor. We do it all: roofing, gutters, downspouts, siding, garage doors, painting, all of the fun and boring stuff. In my free time, I still enjoy playing some golf out there, spending some time at the course. I'm a big reader, and very passionate about my position, and kind of how we can have such a big impact on someone's life through something as simple and honestly occasionally overlooked as an exterior project, whether it's your roof, or your siding or your gutters, because to some people, and actually most people, their house is their entire world, and they want to make sure that there's a bow on there at all times. And so I have a great passion and serving all of the great homeowners that we have the pleasure to work with, and just kind of the interactions that we're able to come from there, and meeting those people, and just kind of life stories that you learn, and can teach through something as simple as replacing a roof, or some siding or some gutters.
Ben, why are you such a lifelong learner?
Well, I just have always been intrigued by trying new things. Since I was young, I was always wanting to do different things, and I think I initially kind of found my passion for business and entrepreneurship in high school when I started and sold a coffee roasting company, Clouds Coffee. Just really passionate on, trying new things, and developing and finding the hobbies that come along with those items.
Ben, respectfully, you look 12. So Scott, that question was wild. Obviously,
Ben just loves every single time I meet him. He has 3 or 4 things he's learning about, and I think it's awesome.
I think that's awesome too, but lifelong made it seem like he was 100 years old. Just
a fraction of lifelong.
Aaron, can I try to make you laugh on the show? Didn't you recently go to a restaurant with a younger man?
I had a date with somebody that was 15 years younger than me, and it was a wonderful time. But at no point did it say you're lifelong learning. Can I understand it?
I purposely did that to make you laugh.
It was a Royals game. And I will say, I'm going to say this one thing, and then it's going to be your turn, Matt. I'm going to say this one thing, because there's a lot of women that watch this show. I saw a TikTok video that said us old women should be dating the young guys, because the young guys are never intimidated by successful women. They understand the partnerships. It's 2 people. It's not just the woman in the kitchen. And they go to therapy. So I'm going to stand behind my 15-year younger date.
Oh, you should.
I mean, it felt like his mother the entire time, but you guys, he was 20 years younger now that I'm doing the math. All right, Matt, it's your turn. Who are you? What are you doing? What do you do? How do you get to Kansas City?
Hey, so thank you very much for having me. I don't know that I can follow that. I mean, that's a bombshell.
I know, that's a tough one.
Yeah. Well, congrats, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
So my name's Matt Lawson. I'm the founder and president of Rapid Restaurant Solutions. And since 2019, I've been kind of learning commercial construction. So I'm a retired soldier. I spent 23 years in the Army. I'm an Iowa kid. I was born and raised in Waterloo, Iowa. And then I came here by way of Dallas-Fort Worth. And so I retired from the Army in 2019 and just was looking for an opportunity. I started a charity here in town that I'm proud to say is still running. And I don't really have much to do with it on a day-to-day anymore, but it's still going strong. And then I found out that you can make more money in construction than I could in nonprofit. But so aside from being fulfilled, I needed to find a way to make a living. So there's a good friend of mine that was working for a local franchisee or franchise operator in Kansas City. They operate all the Taco Bells around here. And he just kind of helped me get started, helped me learn construction. I had a partner at the time. And then like all good partnerships, a lot of times they dissolve. So I split off from my partner last year, been going at it on my own since then. And I build restaurants. So I'll build anything you like, but for the most part, restaurants is my specialty. I think it's kind of a cool space to be in. And I just like food, and it seems like a good thing to do. It's a good fit for me.
So
now with a minute 20 left, what are your questions?
Did you get free Taco Bell?
Initially, yeah, but then you kind of get to the point where you have all Taco Bell you can eat, right?
No,
so it's still a guilty pleasure. I really still enjoy it, but I just can't eat it every day. That's for sure.
Ask a real question.
Why do you find that you are successful in business?
Well, I think I think defining success is kind of a challenge, right? So like, looks like Ben's got a big fancy office he's sitting in. I'm sitting in the deli at the Price Chopper around the corner from my project. It's a nice one. It's not as nice as the Walmart you're talking about, but it's a pretty nice grocery store deli that I'm in. But I think everybody's just cut from a different cloth, right? And so having the freedom to move around and the freedom to serve customers, I think is really important. So my previous life in the Army has kind of afforded me the opportunity to be a little bit more flexible in how I work and just be the biggest and best version of myself. And so that's what I'm working on doing. And so far, so good. Hopefully I can do this for the rest of my working years. Great question.
Matt, I think it's an excellent location. I also work at random locations as well, but no better place than a grocery store. Being serious, I do it every week.
This is a really nice, actually, deli. So it's better than the one I grew up in. That's for sure. They're pretty fancy these days.
Yep. The McQueen. Good.
I think we met at that first watch next to that grocery store, right?
So the first watch we met at was at College and 69 Highway. But I digress. I'm going to go to Ben here. Ben, what was the most pivotal point in your career?
Great question. And Matt, I actually am sitting in my boss's office right now, so that's why it looks so cool and fancy. So thank you, Drew. But great question. The most pivotal moment in my career, was likely about a year and a half ago. At the time I was working at another exterior and roofing contractor. I got introduced to them through a buddy that I actually kind of grew up with. And so I was working over there in sales at the time, and I was doing really, really, really well. I had a great process running. I was a top salesman over there. I was very comfortable. And I had my friends that were working there, and all around it was just kind of a good situation for where I was personally, and it kind of worked in professionally. And just was really a good situation. And then, I got introduced to the owner over here at RoyCO Roofing. His name's Drew Walling. We got lunch, and he just kind of opened my eyes in a sense of, there's roofing 101, and then there's roofing 102, 103, 104, 105. And I was only doing roofing 101. We were doing insurance restoration work on asphalt shingle houses, and that was about it. And really, when you think about it, you go to roofing, 102, and then you go to some of, you've got standing seam or metal roofing, and then you've got some rubber, no slope or low slope applications that you might see on some of your commercial buildings that you work on, Matt. And then you go into roofing 103, you run into clay and concrete tile, slate. When you're talking gutters, you go from aluminum to copper. There's so many different materials and just avenues that you can go down when you're talking roofing and exteriors. And fortunately, with where we're located, in some of the houses that we have, the pleasure to work on some of these historical houses, it really just kind of opened my eyes to, the matter of fact, there's just more than just shingles when you think roofing. And so I got kind of developed in this great organization with a great group of people behind it, doing good quality work. And really now, all of these, or I guess everybody here that works at RoyCO, I now consider them my friends. And so we just kind of have the same situation that I had over at the prior roofing company, just kind of in a different setting. So, but that was definitely the most pivotal moment in my career, and probably one of the better decisions I've made in my life.
Jessica says roofing 101 for me. I just put a roof on my house and I literally just said, pick what you want. I had no idea there are so many options. Blew our mind. Awesome. All right, Scott, you're up.
Well, Miss Powell, thank you for answering Matt. Now, Matt, what was the most pivotal point in your career?
Maybe a couple of spots. So going back to my recruiter that called me when I was in high school and kind of got me out of where I was, a couple of leaders along the way, and then the Army to entrepreneurship, transition was tough too. So it, kind of having to unlearn, and there was a guy from Kansas City that's for the KC bar that I think pretty highly of, and he pulled me aside one time and he said, there's no such thing as a Justa. And he says, I don't know if you know this or not, but you refer to yourself as just a, and then insert noun here, right? So you're just a sergeant, or you're just a kid from Iowa, or you're just a whatever, right? And really, it's kind of a small way of thinking. And he said, that's all self-inflicted pain. And he said, you don't have to do that, right? And so I don't know if this really was maybe career pivotal, but I mean life, right? Like how to program, how to think differently, and to realize that you can be the biggest version of yourself, and you don't have to worry about what other people think so much, right? So my bookkeeper asked me one time, she said, so you just woke up one day and decided you were going to be a commercial general contractor? And I was like, yeah, it turns out that's all you have to do, right? Like that's all you need to do. And then everything else you can learn once your mind's made up, you can learn that along the way. And yeah, that I think may have been one of the pivotal points maybe of my life, was on that entrepreneurship journey, just realizing that it's okay to be different. I'm wired differently than other people, and you kind of have to find your people. And once you find that group, for me, a lot of it's kind of been my Vistage group, where I get to be around other people that think like I do. And I mean, that's really helped kind of just accelerate what I'm doing and where I'm going, and know that it's okay, and not everybody thinks like you. So yeah, great question. Founding Rapid Restaurant Solutions was another big one for me. Splitting off from a former partner, that was huge too, and like having the confidence to just do it on your own and go on your own. I think that was probably, I'm going to look back and realize that there's some things that I'll miss, but at the same time, like, that was a huge launch pad for me going forward.
So for the audience, can you explain what Vistage is and what's one of the best lessons you've learned from Vistage?
Wow. So Vistage is a really cool group of people. I get together with them once a month, and then I have a business coach as part of it. His name's Pat Shore, and I think very highly of him. And so my group has just a lot of different people from different businesses and industries. And what's interesting is, like, everybody has pretty similar problems. Now, we may have them on different scales, and we may have them at different maybe points in our business cycle, but a lot of the problems are similar. So that's something that I find a lot of strength in that.
Love that. All right, Ben, how are your 2020? Can you guys believe it's going to be September next week? I can't even understand how this is working. But how are your 2025 goals going? And how can the Kansas City community help you?
Yeah, great question. Yeah, it is crazy. It's already that time of the year again. We're already thinking about 2026 already. Maybe I should have been focused on my goals a little bit more. But one of my goals for this year and kind of extending into next year, I guess, was and is connecting with other young professionals, other people that are in kind of similar walks of life, in which I am, because I have always been a firm believer that, community is one of the most important things, whether personally or, professionally. And I think it's imperative that, as, kids are graduating college, or deciding to, graduate from high school and then go straight into the workforce. I think it's imperative that, you kind of group up and you find your guys and you kind of go through life together with them, guys and gals. And so that's something that I've been big about this year, is just kind of getting out there and meeting with other, young professionals, entrepreneurs, the next generation of business leaders that are trying to accomplish and do really, really, really cool things. And Scott, I might even have to copy your Top Gun idea, but kind of do a little spinoff for Gen Z.
Yeah.
And that's just been something that's kind of been on my mind, is just kind of connecting with other like-minded individuals that are in, kind of the same stage that I am. And thus far it's been successful. But obviously still a long way to go. And that's kind of what I have been going after this year, and I'm going to continue to go after in the next year.
What's something you've believed, but you recently changed your mind on?
That's a good question. I'm going to have to sit on that for a second. Something I used to believe, but I changed my mind on.
Scott only asks questions he already knows the answers to. Do you just want to tell him, Scott?
No, I like challenging Ben because he's super smart. I love him thinking.
Yeah. I would say probably that you don't have to think inside the box. When you think about, professionally, a professional career on a linear scale, it's go to college, start in the workforce, work up the corporate ladder. And that was something that I always, thought was how it was supposed to be. And just through interacting with others and kind of discovering myself, that's probably something that I used to agree with or used to envision that I maybe don't anymore.
Ooh, Aaron, what do you think about that?
I mean, good answer. And all those years of your living.
Oh,
just kidding. No, I think that thinking outside the box is really great. And then you know what happens? Then you don't care about the box anymore. And then you don't care what people think about the box anymore. And it just gets better from here, Ben.
And that's how you get on Aaron and Matt's level.
Absolutely.
All right, Matt. How are your 2025 goals going, and how can the Kansas City community help you?
Hey, good, right? So I'm going to finish out the year about kind of where I thought I was. I'd like to have a couple more projects for next year, right? So yeah, if you're good at what you do and you don't suck, I want to know you, right? Like that's what I'm looking for the next year, right? Like I don't really care how old you are or what gender you are or what religion you are. None of that really matters to me, but like, are you awesome at what you do? And if you are, then I want to be friends with you. And if you're not, then I really I don't want to be friends with you. Like, I don't want to have to know you. And like, there's some really cool people around. And the more time I spend maybe with my networking hat or with my sales hat on, the more people I'm meeting and just realizing that there's no face of business, right? Like I don't care. And maybe that's that box that you're talking about, right? Like it doesn't exist. I think it only exists to keep people in. And so, yeah, so my goal for next year is to not worry about that one bit. I want to do 4 projects. I'd really like to do them here at home so I could spend time every night at home with my wife and kids. That'd be cool. I'd like to not have to travel up and down the road. So if you're building a restaurant, if you're expanding a restaurant, if you need new service work for your restaurant, great. I'm getting ready to open a golf simulator right now. So I've been sitting here saying the word restaurant for the last few minutes, but I can build golf simulators too. So if you've got, a tenant finish or a small remodel, happy to help you out. But you just gotta be cool. You gotta be good at what you do, and we can work together. And if you're not, then I guess go find someone else.
You're opening up a golf simulator restaurant?
Yeah, no, it's not a restaurant. This is a cool one. This is a company called Swing 365. My friends John and Christy own it, and this is private meeting space. So where a lot of the golf simulators will have a like a food and beverage kind of section to it. No, this is completely different. So if you're a business development professional, or you're in sales, or you just want a space where you can shut the outside world out for 90 minutes, like this is the place to go. So you'll go in there, there's no employees, you'll sign up on an app, and kind of like Anytime Fitness, right? You'll just kind of key fob in and out. It's restricted access. You can bring food in if you want to entertain clients, or, you know, like I said, if you just want to go in there by yourself and close the door and nobody will bug you for 90 minutes, you can do that too. Or you can work on your part of the game that maybe isn't as good as his, right? Like if there's something you're terrible at and you don't want anybody to see, this is a good place to go practice in private. So it's kind of a cool space. It's up 148th and Metcalf. It's called Swing 365.
Do you know what the first golf simulator was in Kansas City? Does anybody know? Except for me.
No, do you?
No.
You do?
No.
Matt, did you say you know?
No, I don't. Do you?
I do. I believe that it was about 25 years ago. I'm pretty young. And there used to be a club off of Van Brunt, an I-35 that people would go to after the Chiefs game. And they had more of a male clientele, if you're keeping up with me. And they had the first golf simulator in there in Kansas City. And it was a big place people went after Chiefs games.
Well, Aaron, as you close up the show, we're not just promoting personal and professional brands. We're also connecting. Matt, there's My Freight World. Mike Chalfant, the CFO, contacted Let It Fly Media executives Ben Walnick and Andrew Carter, who refer a lot of business to Aaron, about who built their golf simulator. So we can connect you to Mike Chalfant of My Freight World. There you go.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
There you go. All right. Make sure you follow Ben and Matt over on LinkedIn. Thank you so much for coming on the show today, guys. Thank you so much to Bestway International and Evardy Construction for being our amazing sponsors. Scott, thanks for being the best co-host ever. We will see you. Guys, don't jump off till I say we're not live anymore. We will see you same time, same place next week. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Bye.
Thanks, guys.